Let's first flash back to last week in the first wave of playoff action, highlighting the best of the best from the EPC boys and girls basketball tournaments as part of this week's top plays. Ladies first, starting in the semifinals, where fabulous freshman Kayla Snyder helped vault Emmaus into its first ever EPC girls basketball championship thanks to a game-high 22 points in the semifinals versus Liberty. Just days after upsetting the tournament's #1 seed in Bethlehem Catholic, the Green Hornets withstood a furious second-half comeback by the Hurricanes to hang on for a 59-56 win. Snyder's 22 points, which were also a season high, evenly divided between the first and second halves. The ninth grader and EPC third-team All-Star sunk 3 of Emmaus's 5 triples for the game. The Hornets clashing with Cedar Crest Boulevard rival Parkland in the finals. The Trojans back in the league championship for the first time in 8 years, thanks in part to senior Maddie Siggins, who counted a game-high 17 points in Parkland's semifinal triumph over Easton. After being limited to just 2 points in the first quarter, the EPC first-team All-Star landed 15 over the game's next 16 minutes as the Trojans held the Red Rovers to a season-low 28 points in posting a 41-28 victory. Parkland prevailing thanks to a 15-2 scoring delta in the third quarter, part of a 20-9 disparity in the second half. The Trojans bidding for their first league crown since 2006, and they simply would not be denied. Siggins sensational again in the finale. A game-high 22 points for the senior as Parkland pulled away from rival Emmaus late in earning the 55-35 championship triumph. Siggins with 45 total points across 3 games in the EPC tournament. For her efforts, she was awarded the Stacy Perriman Award as the EPC Girls Basketball Championship Game's Most Valuable Player. The Trojans, the #1 seed in District 6A, set to face 8th-seeded Stroudsburg in quarterfinal action on Friday. Now, the Parkland boys obviously enjoyed a long run in the league tournament as well, but the Trojans' quest was nearly cut short in the opening round by upset-minded Nazareth, all tied at 35 with just seconds left in regulation when Parkland senior Jaden Thomas delivered this buzzer-beating, game-winning three-pointer, sending the Trojans back to the EPC semis. The senior guard had missed his previous 6 shots in the game, but saved his best for last. Trojans back in the league semifinals for a 4th straight season. Emmaus, meanwhile, in the semis for a 2nd straight campaign. The Green Hornets got a game-high 22 points from senior Will Barber in outlasting Whitehall in the quarterfinals, and the EPC first-team All-Star delivered again in the Final Four, counting a team-high 19 points versus 2nd-seeded Pocono Mountain West as Emmaus reached its first EPC boys basketball finale in 5 years. Barber with a dozen points in the first half as the Hornets turned a 36-26 lead at the break into an eventual 61-47 victory. The senior has reached double figures in scoring in all but one of 25 games this season. Parkland's Nick Koval, meanwhile, landed in double figures for the 23rd time in the Trojans semifinal showdown with Liberty as the EPC's most valuable player notched a game-high 19 points in propelling Parkland back to the league championship. Second finals appearance for the fellas from Orfield in the last 3 years, the 4th EPC final in program history. Koval scored in every quarter versus the Hurricanes, dropping 10 of his 19 points in the second half as the Trojans ultimately pulled away for a 52-33 victory. The Davidson commit would reach double digits again in the championship, but it was one of his fellow seniors who stole the show in the finale. Of course, we're talking about Jaden Thomas, who had only gone north of 20 points twice all winter. He posted a career-high 30 last Thursday. After just 2 points in the opening period, the senior erupted for 28 thereafter, including 21 in the second half, 17 of which came in the fourth quarter as Parkland stung the Green Hornets 59-45 in capturing the program's 4th East Penn Conference crown in as many title game appearances. Thomas, who missed all of last season with a broken leg, returned this year to be the Trojans' 2nd leading scorer and a big reason why Parkland locked up the #1 overall seed in the upcoming District 11 6A boys basketball tournament.